Man, I love playing drums. It's so much fun. I play them every single day. Honestly, this just doesn't get old. Cymbals and stuff, drum fills and stuff. Drum fill, double pedal. Right. Yeah. Lockdown. Right, enough of that. I'm going to get in some simple setups that you can create yourself during lockdown with minimal equipment. I'm going to start with some basic setups and then work my way upwards and just use what you have. But again, these will be simple setups that you can create and play on without creating a lot of noise pollution. Let's get into it. Ideally, you'll need some drumsticks. Drumsticks. Okay. And some sort of chair, stool, whatever you have. Next, a pedal. This will obviously be of great benefit. A pillow, a practice pad if you have one. Maybe a lot of us drummers do and maybe should. If you have a stand for the pad, that's probably even more ideal. Unfortunately though, mine's quite broken, so I don't really use it myself. Onwards, if you have some sort of stand, a snare stand, tom mount, anything like that, that'll help as well. Now if you do have acoustic drums, but can't play them indoors, grab a t-shirt or some kind of material and cover the drum. This will dampen the sound greatly and make it much more quiet than normal. The same goes for having a cymbal stand, a cymbal, and then throwing over some sort of material to also dampen the vibrations from the cymbal as well. And then lastly, a sofa if you have one, which you probably do. Now, the first most basic setup is with a pair of sticks, and maybe you've been doing this already. It's just to be playing on pretty much anything. The floor, chairs, any kind of objects. You can always change it up. The next setup would be just on the drum pad. A lot of us drummers do this, we're used to this. And maybe you even throw in some slight variation by playing on the pad alongside other objects around you. Unfortunately though, how do we get this foot into practice? Well, that's where if you have a pedal, this will be of immense benefit. Now, rather than practicing on the floor, you can obviously use your practice pad and play it on some sort of surface. You probably do this already. You can use things like a pillow to adjust the height and even adjust, okay, you get the point. Next, if you have that bass drum pedal, grab it and place it against the sofa. Make sure to leave a small gap though, because you don't want to tear into the material obviously. And then just go at it. You'll find that the rebound is probably similar to an acoustic set, and if anything you'll still be able to progress or at least maintain your foot playing abilities. So with the foot pedal combined, you can now play on the couch with the pad if you have one. This will really help simulate the acoustic set obviously. However, you will have less rebound, but see the positive in that that will force you to strengthen your hits and really play with clarity. This is of great benefit and can have great carryover once you can play on an acoustic set. Now, if you have that cymbal and a cymbal stand, throw over the material, dampen it. This will create a lot less sound, and you can add this to the couch to create a more realistic setup. However, the one downside of playing on the couch setup I found was that I would be overreaching because my pedal was closer than my snare. So that's obviously not going to be how you usually play on a drum set. You can also feel free to use that pad, but again, mine is pretty broken. Now, this next setup was a huge game changer for me. If you have a snare stand, then go ahead, add that in between where you would have your snare drum, and you can put a pillow right on top and play as if normal. This made such a difference for me because then I was able to play with a more realistic, ergonomic feel of a drum set. I wasn't having to overreach to the pillows in front of me that were on the couch, but rather play on them where my snare would normally be. Again, with a lot less sound and not bothering the neighbors. Warning, this next clip contains nudity. Right, so in this final setup, if you have an acoustic set or acoustic drums, again, just throw over some sort of material, a t-shirt, a towel, anything to really dampen the sound and lessen the noise pollution, and you'll find that you can just play a lot more quietly. This is still going to be the loudest variation and setup out of all of these, but it does work and it really depends on your situation. So give it a go, And onwards, I'm going to post some clips from my Instagram stories from chrisjenkinsdrums, where I've been playing on these setups, and it will give you an idea of how they sound, how they look, etc. Enjoy.